I've got two words: Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid just continues to print to the upside, despite everyone thinking it's a consensus trade. It is the most obvious trade in crypto. This thing just continues to prove that I don't think it's as consensus as people think. If you look at the data, the amount of holders, the growth on the platform, the revenue model, everything just screams that this thing can go higher. My long-term price target has always been $100 per token. This will be a pretty short and sweet video about the growth on Hyperliquid, but I think even if you're staring at this token now, maybe wait for a dip, but I think that this thing is still primed for more upside. People called me crazy when I said that at $20, $30, $40, $50, and here we are today at $65. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. As always, guys, be sure to drop down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more. If you've been enjoying the content here on In the Game, we come at you every single weekday with everything you need to win in the crypto space. And of course, a big shout out to our sponsors here on the channel. You can check out Variational down below. I think it's going to be one of the biggest perp dex airdrops of the cycle. Ironic because we are actually talking about Hyperliquid today, but you can check out Variational down below in the description. We have an exclusive access code for you there to be able to jump in to the platform. Let's go ahead and dive right into it, guys. I mean, look, Hyperliquid is just printing green candles like crazy. If we looked at the overall market, you can see, I mean, a lot of alts over the daily time frames. It's a 50-50 split. A lot of things are in the red over the course of the 7 days, which I think is the more important metric. But if we look here on the weekly chart for Hyperliquid, this thing is up 17% on the week. And if we look at this monthly chart, it is up 65% on a $16 billion asset. I mean, this is just absolutely ludicrous price action that we are seeing out of this. And if we were to actually go look and we filter this in an FDV circumstance, this has actually flipped Solana in FDV. The fully diluted market cap of Hyperliquid is sitting at $63 billion. Solana's at like 46. So, I mean, this is literally flipped Solana in the terms of fully diluted market cap and is only now 3x under it in terms of full-blown circulating market cap. So let's just take a look. Why is this happening? I think the growth parallels on this are just super simple, just like what we've been talking about with Venice. And also, I just want to shout out everyone who took the hype trade, because the amount of people that told me that I was stupid, again, and honestly, that's becoming a great metric. When the comment section says that you're stupid, or crypto Twitter says, if you're buying here, I don't know what to tell you, like whatever the case is. We were buying at $27. I kept buying up into the 40s. I even recommended back, if we look at the yearly chart, whenever Hyperliquid was 50, I thought still this thing was going to continue to the upside. The amount of people, the comments down in these levels, if I pull up the chart here, oh, this guy, remember, this guy was saying to buy Hyperliquid at $40, $50. You know, first buy for us was $27 on this channel, and I'm very happy with that still. I mean, the growth on this has been absolutely incredible. And ever since this low of 20, this thing's 3.5x'd. And nobody can really complain at that point. So a big shout out to you if you took that trade, because I think it's so obvious. And that's what makes it, I mean, so many people get scared of the obvious trade, but this is a trade I think that's going to keep growing. If you just look at the TVL, this thing mimics the chart. If we look here at this price action at September 18th, we saw $58, and then it swings down here in January, and now it's back up trending. It is the same time period. September, the TVL is at all-time highs, and then we're kind of, you know, down here. It says the TVL is a lagging indicator, so the TVL is going to continue to grow. We're at $5.53 billion currently. It's crazy. You know, this chart is just showing you that growth metrics on this are pretty parallel to the chart. So same thing with Venice. When we look at those API credits and the API usage, it keeps growing at a rate that I don't think it's going to slow down. And the biggest thing here, you know, you can look down in the methodology area with the revenue. Hyperliquid, 99% of the fees go to the assistance fund and buy back Hyperliquid every single day, which is absolutely crazy. The gross revenue for this in Q2 2026 so far is 115 million. In Q1, it did 214 million. Back in the quarter where we hit all-time highs, Q3 of 2025 was $354 million. In earnings was $316 million. And the token buybacks were almost entirely into Hyperliquid as far as the total. 99% of that goes back into buying hype. So you can just see why this is actually trending to the point that it's at. And actually, if you were to look at the holder count, it is shocking how many people say that this is an overpopulated trade. Everyone can't just be right. If the whole herd of sheep is going to one token, they're going to get slaughtered. And a lot of people talk about Hyperliquid or they're scared to buy it. But if you actually look on chain, the data shows that there's only a couple thousand wallets that hold over 10 hype. So that's $600 worth of Hyperliquid. There are only a couple thousand wallets on chain that hold 10 or more hype. This is not an overcrowded trade. This is by far the simplest thesis. Everyone is going into perps regardless. Nobody wants to use a traditional centralized exchange anymore. No Binances, none of that, none of the KYC stuff. People want to use on-chain native products that are innovations from the crypto space like Hyperliquid. Oh, and by the way, and Hyperliquid has your back because all of their fees, they're buying back the token every single day. This thing just makes complete sense. This is more of a, look, if you're sidelined, I think you have to await an entry. I would absolutely capitalize on that. I do think that this goes higher. For me to say today to go buy this, no. I mean, it's up 50+% over the course of the last month. I would not be going and aping into this chart right now. That is not the play. But I do think still you have to be on the lookout this summer. If the market dips, which I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a lull in the crypto market this summer. If Bitcoin continues to go down, Hyperliquid will dip back into those 50s, maybe even high 40s. And if that happens, you have to take advantage of it. This is the asset of the cycle. And we kept saying this: Zcash, Hyperliquid, Tau, Venice, Near. Those are the 5 coins you need. My methodology on that only gets stronger as I continue to see the liquidity flock in to these strength tokens. So if you're on the sidelines on this, I would say don't worry about it. I think we will see a retrace a little bit. I don't think this just goes to a straight line up to $75 or $100, but I do expect to see it there in the long term. And those are still solid gains if you are playing altcoins in 2026, guys. So like the video down below if you enjoyed the content, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys on Monday. We have a brand new schedule coming at you guys next week. A little bit of a new feel to the channel. I'm really excited to roll that out for you guys at the beginning of June. So I will see y'all then. As always, trade responsibly, my friends. And of course, stay bullish, my friends.